I demand entertainment.
Are you not entertained?
Put on your dancing shoes.
Now give me your best shot.
Deputy Editor of the Daily Oz, Emma Gillespie, with the skinny of what's going on with The Blind Side.
That's right. This movie, The Blind Side, 2009, Oscar-winning film. Sandra Bullock won Best Actress for her performance. It sounded too good to be true, perhaps. It may have been, indeed. Michael Oher, who is the man at the heart of this story, he's sort of the rags to riches from homelessness to adoption with this family, the Tuohys.
The family took him in. Let me just tell us the story of The Blind Side in case you haven't seen it.
So, The Blind Side, if you haven't seen it,
it's a good
great movie. It's about this kid, Michael Oher, who is in the foster system in Tennessee, and he eventually becomes homeless, and parents of his friends help him, and he's at this Christian school. That's where he meets Leanne and Sean Tuohy. And he is this sort of NFL freak, so American football. He has this gift, and this family takes him in. They adopt him. It's a really central theme in the movie. They adopt him, and they sort of help facilitate him to receive all these college football scholarship offers. It's a true story. Michael Oher, who's now 37, went on to play 8 seasons in the NFL, won a Super Bowl ring. Speaking of rings, and that's what was sold to the whole world. Last week, Michael Oher filed legal proceedings in a Tennessee court to basically say that it was a lie. He wasn't adopted.
He's only just discovered this.
He has only just discovered this year that he was tricked into what he says that he was tricked into signing adoption papers, which were actually conservatorship papers.
And this is the Britney Spears thing.
Yes, so we've heard a lot about conservatorships in the last few years. Think of them as kind of like a guardianship sort of a thing, but essentially they grant a person a court-ordered sort of full legal custody of another person's, decision-making powers, their negotiations, business deals, contracts, finances. All of those powers have been held by the Tuohys since, 2004.
And so he says that they've ripped him off financially.
Yeah. So he says he was tricked into this conservatorship, that he was never adopted, and that also he has not received any money made from The Blind Side. This is a movie that made $330 million. There's also a book before the film, and he says that he believed he was signing, papers that would facilitate the adoption process, but that what may have happened is that he signed over the rights to his name, his image, his life story. So he's not been paid his life story rights.
But what the family is saying, well, because he was over 18, we couldn't adopt him. That wasn't possible. So this was our only option.
Yep. So that's the Tuohys have defended that exactly as you say, Amanda, that they had to do this conservatorship arrangement in order to help Michael go to Old Mississippi, the university that they wanted him to go to. It's a huge part of the film.
Yep.
Their whole family, they come from a long line of old Miss alma maters, and that they had to do this conservatorship. It's very grey, and I haven't been able to actually find out whether or not adoption over 18 was illegal in Tennessee back then. It's certainly not illegal now. So
you can do that now?
You can do it under Tennessee law. So that's a little bit confusing. But then also, interestingly, we've heard from the author of the book, this guy Michael Lewis, who brought the story of The Blind Side sort of to the mainstream in the first place. And he said that who we should really be mad at is the Hollywood system, because he thinks that the studios didn't pay the family much money to start with at all. So he reckons that maybe $250,000 US for the rights were paid to the Tuohy family, and that was split 50-50 between him, the author of the book, and the family. And then the family claimed that they split that share evenly amongst their family, which included Michael Oher. But I suppose you have to wonder if he's the heart of the story and the main character, and the kid that's come from poverty and sort of been plucked from obscurity by this wealthy white family.
Why did he get the same amount as their kids?
Yeah, was he entitled to more?
But he would have made a lot of money as a football player, wouldn't he?
Well, we assume he did. He definitely did. But I think the fact that this other family has sort of platformed themselves as saviours, and that he otherwise would have spent his life in poverty until they came along and found him and gave him this opportunity.
But is there some truth to that?
Well, Michael Oher has sort of always been critical of the film. He says that he felt like it portrayed him as this dumb kid who'd never had academic instruction or had never learned how to play football. But he said that, he knew about football. Football's what got him to the point of meeting the Tuohys, and that he hadn't had a proper education, yes, but when he was given
But the Tuohys didn't write the story, so they're just going along with it.
Well, they did. They've set this narrative up, haven't they?
Yeah. Well, I mean, they facilitated it all throughout the film promotion.
But the story would be, with the Sandra Bullock movie, it's a great movie, but the real reality is kind of boring.
I mean, Leanne Toohey, who Sandra Bullock played, she was very vocal throughout the promotion of that film. She did lots of interviews alongside Sandra Bullock, even at the Oscars when Sandra Bullock's doing her acceptance speech.
She said, this is our story.
Yeah, she sort of thanks the family. And she
So
said,
how does Sandra feel about all of this?
Well, we haven't heard from Sandra. Her partner actually passed away last week. He had motor neuron disease, so she's dealing with a whole other thing. But there have been these ridiculous calls for her, I think ridiculous, for her to hand back her Oscar.
No.
This isn't and nothing to do with her.
Exactly. That's what I think.
Like if they were to do a movie of, say, our radio show, for example, they would have to embellish it a bit, Like, sure, they could get Brad Pitt to play me. That would be not much of a stretch, but,
I was going to say, who are we casting as Jonesy? Who's playing Amanda?
I'm intrigued to know what Brendan thinks.
Is Linda Hunt
I
available?
knew you'd mention her. Short-statured 80-year-old woman.
Thank you so much.
Is Danny DeVito about it?
Emma Gillespie, you'll check her out at the Daily Oz. Thank you for joining us, Em.
Thank you.